Okay, getting back to the wing here, we're gonna do a little steam action here first before I start the putty. So let me see if I can get in the view here, the camera. Let's see. Where's the place? Okay, it's gonna come over here. Okay, you see that gouge right there, at the top of the rib, the fake rib. Okay, I'm gonna try to steam that out of it right now. Okay. So bring my steam a little closer. Okay. So we're just gonna run this over the foam right here. See if I can't steam that back in. Oh, it's almost out already. The reason I wanted to steam this is because I'm going to do a little, when I start sanding the filler, I'm going to sand that at the same time. Okay, so that pretty much did it. It's got a lot of gator now, but that gash is gone. I'm trying to get that in the picture there. Yeah, I think that's it right there. There's a tiny bit of it left. Hang on, let me steam it a little more. Maybe we can get that all the way out. Yep, okay. Alright, we got it out. So let me turn this back off. Alright. Alright, so right here, there's a tiny bit of it showing there, but I think it'll sand out when I sand all the gatoring out of it. Hang on, let me get it in the focus here. You can see it. I don't know why we're getting those wavy lines in the camera there. That's kind of weird. Yeah, you see you can't even see it. You see it bubbled it all up. We got that gatoring effect going on, but the actual yeah, it's on that line that's dirty. So yeah, it's gone. So I took that out. Now we'll have to sand out the gatoring. So we'll do that after we do the spackle. So okay, so now the wall spackle. That's what we're going to do now. And it's this lightweight. It's Fast and Final from DAP. Lightweight spackling compound. Okay, this is what it looks like. Everybody sells it. You can get it anywhere, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever you go. And this weighs practically nothing, and it's full of the spackle. Now I'm just going to use your standard putty knife here. No big deal. Nothing. There's no trickery going on here. It's a very simple procedure. So we're just going to spackle up my repair here. I'm going to take some of this off the cap so we don't waste it. And I'm going to show you real quick some of the air bubble marks that are in the... You see in the camera there the air bubbles, the pock marks that are in there. There you go. That's a good view of it. You see those little indent. Those are what basically, there's a lot of little ones, but those big ones are what we're really trying to fill here. And that's just part of the Gorilla Glue. You got to do this anyway because it's going to be full of a bunch of small little little tiny air bubble marks that you're going to have to fill anyway. So there's no way of getting around this. You're gonna have to spackle it. But this will fill in those, so you won't have that issue anymore. All right, so we're just gonna. And there's no, you know, if you're in a hurry, you want to keep it thin. You don't want to put too much on. But if you're, you know, if you don't care, I mean, you don't want to put it on thick anyway. But it's not. There's no real criticalness to this. Just, you know, just as long as you've got good coverage, that's all you need. You know, if it's a little thick, you know, it'll sand off. Not a big deal. It takes a little longer to dry. That's all. But it works just fine. So you want to get you want to make it as smooth as you can, just to make sure you don't have any. You're not introducing any extra air bubbles in the spackle. You want to make sure you smooth it out good. You know, push it down into all the little crevices, any little dents, little, you know, where the glue channels were. You want to just push it down into all of that, and you know, smooth it out, and then we're about done here. And get this on the top here a little bit. Now the real trick to this is when you sand it, you don't want to sand it all the way down. All right, you just want to sand it until this is as smooth as you can get it, and you're not sanding through to the, you know, to the surface. You want to stay above the surface and just smooth this out. Because if you go all the way to the surface, the chances are the paint line will show where you sand it through. So you might have to do a second, you know, small little second coat just to cover up that. All right, that's pretty good. This is good enough. All right, we're gonna quit right there. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Let me smooth this out a little bit here. Okay, that'll work. Okay, so here's what we ended up with now. This is the, just got a coat of this on there, both sides. Now I've got the areas covered that I need covered. All right. And I probably have it on there a little too thick, but it's okay. Not a big deal. All right, so there you go. It's all slathered up. All right. So we're going to let that dry. I guess I'll stand this on end again like I did before. Just to keep it in camera view. Grab my roll of tape again. And there we go. I'll just leave it like that. Let it dry. We're not gonna videotape the drying this time, guys. There's nothing to see here. There's no trickery. It's not gonna expand. It's not gonna do anything to watch. It's just gonna dry. So there's absolutely no reason for me to leave the camera running. So as soon as I get my putty knife cleaned up here and get this closed up, we're gonna shut the camera off, and that'll be the end of that. And then we'll be on to the next section, the next part of the series, which will be sanding all this new repair, the steaming and the puttying. And we'll address that. We're going to sand all that down. You're going to do it again. I'm going to do it all on camera. You're going to watch me sand putty. But I don't, again, I want you to see exactly the procedure here. No Kenny foolery going on here. One of my guys said that. It's pretty funny. Instead of tomfoolery, was Kenny foolery. So yeah, we're not going to do any. We're not faking anything here. This isn't some kind of sham or scam. This is the real deal, guys. So we're going to just let that dry, and that'll take a couple hours to dry fully. If you start sanding on it too soon and it's still a little wet underneath, what happens is it starts peeling off like putty that didn't stick real well. You know, it'll start pulling itself off the repair. So you don't want to do that. So you want to make sure it dries completely before you start sanding on it. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Let me put this one in the can, and on to the next one you'll see, coming up shortly. So keep watching. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos. And have a great night. Talk to you later.